Greetings. This video is called Uber Eats Las Vegas 2. So what this is about is the fact that um, Uber is now successfully in everywhere. I tried riding Uber in Las Vegas and I thought it was interesting. When I say Uber, I mean Lyft or Uber because they both seem pretty competitive. Um, what I found interesting about travel with them was number one, Um, I thought it was kind of cool to go from the airport, at least to Bally's, where I like to play, at around $9. If I had chosen Planet Hollywood, it's only $5 for the trip, which was a good deal, and the wait time was maybe 2 minutes. There were some hassles related to it. Number one, once you get off your plane and come down, you have to walk maybe a half a block to get to another parking structure where and an elevator down where the Uber vehicles come. But I thought it was fine, not that big a deal, even though it was cold outside. And they did have a moving walkway to help reduce the amount of distance you walk. Um, the other thing I was intrigued by is, when you walk out in places like Vegas, all the people that are high rollers have signs of people picking them up in limos, which is great. I thought it was interesting because you could actually skip the limo and simply get Uber and probably take less of your comps up in the process. And I could get better service because you don't have a creepy dude standing there with a sign. So I think that over time, Uber may destroy the model of comps that has a limo coming because it's a hassle. This is a general review of all transportation activities that are going on. I really like the strip buses, all-day passes for like $10. It's $2 per ride. That's a great way to move up and down the strip. The only problem is if you're on a busy weekend, the buses get full up and it's hard to move up and down the strip. Um, Another route you could go is to use the tram, which I thought was an excellent way to move. The nightmare for the tram, I thought, was that you have to walk like a mile to get to it at the back of the hotel. Then once you get to your destination, you have to walk another mile back in. The one advantage there, though, is you don't have to deal with the congestion during the other periods. Um, my Uber pickup locations, many of the hotels have chosen to place their pickup locations kind of out away from the taxis in the basement of their buildings. Um, this makes it a little bit of a pain to get to and from, especially if you have luggage that you're toting. But if you're just moving between casinos or not that far a distance, I thought that was a really smart, uh, situation and move. Um, I would say that I feel like Uber's taking Las Vegas like it's taking everywhere else. Instead of paying $14 for a cab to the strip, you can spend as little as $5 if you're creative. There are other options like a bus for $2, but does that make sense given that you have to walk to some other location, you have to wait for the buses to go to all these different places, etc. One of the transportation option that's out there is to take the shuttle bus, which is $9.50, and that takes you to multiple hotels on and off. The price point is actually the same exact number as Uber, but in this case, you've got to wait for other people to go to their hotels before you get to your destination, which I didn't think made any sense at all. Um, so in this case, I think the shuttle buses are done, clearly. I also think that the casinos will soon curtail or get rid of their current process of high rollers and just do a modified Uber system to get their high rollers into their venues. Um, I kind of a little creepy having your name with a board on it versus having some other way to communicate with high rollers coming in. Uh, I thought that was kind of interesting. The other note on transportation was something called the Deuce, and I saw the buses a bunch, did not ride it, but came to understand that this was a $8 all-day deal where you can travel up and down the strip as well as to a couple of other malls, and the buses constantly make the loop. Great idea on light duty times for the casinos and the strip a horrible idea when it's busy because the strip is a parking lot, and so the deuce gets filled up, and you're kind of stuck sitting there forever trying to get anywhere. So I think you have to pick your poison carefully as to when you use the service. But for $8, that's a heck of a deal for a whole day, and you could easily run through that on one trip on an Uber or a cab. And I think it's an excellent deal. Best of luck and enjoy your trip.